as always. All right, so will President Trump keep his 5-day deadline for Iran? That's the subject of the riff. All right, will he keep the 5-day deadline? Well, if no deal, then the Pentagon will be striking what will probably amount to the final blow in this war. Yesterday, Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt said the president is ready to unleash hell if no deal is reached. The War Department is moving 1,000 paratroopers from the 82nd Airborne into the Persian Gulf Theater. Also deployed were a few thousand Marines and sailors assigned to the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit and its amphibious ready group. Several days ago, we sent another 2,500 Marines. So, are they about to take Kharg Island? Will they be deployed in a movement to reopen the Strait of Hormuz? And of course, remember, even while President Trump ordered a temporary ceasefire on the Iranian power plants, our mighty military has been heavily bombing Iranian military targets without stopping. Then score another one for the IDF, Israel Defense Forces, for taking out the senior leader of the Revolutionary Guard Navy. So while Steve Witkoff and Jared Kushner, and more lately, Vice President Vance, are engaged in some kind of direct or indirect negotiation with Iran, our military remains locked and loaded, and the Pentagon is gearing up for a possible final push. As everybody was watching today's televised cabinet meeting, the broad S&P 500 stock market fell 1.5%. The NASDAQ was even worse, over 2%. Oil prices jumped about 5%. Seems like war signals from investors and markets. But while Mr. Trump still wants his negotiators to search for a deal and believes that Iran's letting 10 oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz is a good faith precedent to the United States, he hasn't definitely said that the deadline will be maintained. Here's how he put it in today's cabinet.
Is the Friday deadline for Iran, is that pushed back now, or, and if not,
I don't know yet. I don't know. Mr. Witkoff and JD and Jared will tell me whether or not they think it's going along, and if it's not going along, maybe not. And we have a lot of time. You know what? It's a day. In Trump time, a day, you know what it is? That's an eternity.
Oh, yes, Trump time. Absolutely. I'm familiar with it. Anyway, Mr. Steve Witkoff reminded Cabinet today of the collapse of the last set of Iranian negotiations. Take a listen to Witkoff.
Throughout our meetings with the Iranians, we heard the following from them. The Iranians have the inalienable right to enrich. Then we heard they possessed enough 60% enriched material, 460 kilograms, to make 11 atomic bombs. Jared and I both agreed that the Iranians were there to buy time until a weaker president arrived. This was a flawed strategy.
Yes, indeed. And Mr. Witkoff warned that the Iranians better not miscalculate again. Meanwhile, Iranians in their so-called 5 conditions to end the war don't even mention enriched uranium. But they have ludicrous demands: war reparations, a sovereign right over the Strait of Hormuz, and all U.S. troops should leave the Middle East. Ridiculous. This will not happen. Now, the American 15 points, which President Trump did acknowledge today, are very tough on uranium enrichment and the dismantling of all the nuclear sites and the end to proxy terrorist groups. There is, however, some ambiguity about Iranian missiles, which I believe should be completely destroyed. Frankly, I wouldn't let Iran have a bow and arrow. But General Jack Keane makes a very good point. Talked about it on last night's show. Whether it's finding and taking all the enriched uranium, or reopening Hormuz, or bombing Kharg Island, or frankly, all the 15 conditions, General Keane points out that the U.S. military can achieve every one of those goals on their own without any deals with Iran. It's an interesting and important point. For my part, I really liked hearing President Trump talk about unconditional surrender a few weeks ago. So one way or another, Secretary of State Rubio, I think, is absolutely right when he said today, and I'm going to quote, "The results are going to bear fruit for the world. The world is going to be a safer and better place when President Trump's mission here is achieved." End quote. Wonderful thought. And that's the riff.